Hi, this is Dallin Stevens, and this is my Sped Talk presentation on Angular. Angular is a web framework, and it's used to build fast, reliable, and user-friendly applications. To help illustrate, let me just show you an example of an Angular application that is user-friendly, and it's pretty simple. So here's like this recipes and shopping list. And if we click here, you can manage, edit, delete. So this is just a quick example of what an Angular application could build. Now let me tell you a little bit about the history of Angular. Angular was originally developed by Misko Hevery and Adam Abrons in 2009. So that kind of gives you an idea how long Angular has been around. When Angular first started out, it started out as called Angular JS or Angular JavaScript. And you can see here it was for versions 1.x, just the different versions of 1 point, whatever number it was. And that ended in support in 2022, and so we no longer really use Angular JS. All the later versions 2 and upward, and they continue to be further developed. And they're actually it's actually very different from the first Angular JS. All the versions 2 and upward are just kind of updates of the second version of Angular. And this Angular framework is now actively maintained by Google. It is a leading front-end platform for web development. With Angular, you can use what is called an Angular CLI, or in other words, Angular Command Line Interface. So it's a command line interface tool. Now I'm going to talk about two of the major benefits I see in Angular. The first one I'll talk about is components, and the second one is Angular as a single page application. What are components? Components make it easy to split your code into well encapsulated parts. You can see here that I have a header component, I have a recipes component. One of the benefits of a component is that the CSS styling can stay with that particular component. You can see currently here for this Angular application that I'm on the part of shopping list. You can see here for the shopping list component HTML that it has a row here. I can style this specific shopping list component with this CSS. So here I have light blue. If I uncomment this out, you can see here where the shopping list component resides. It's this light blue area. Components can be as small or as large as I want. And so components are a huge benefit because you can design them however you would like, which works really great if you want to keep different components separate and be able to just work on the code for that specific component. Now let me tell you about Angular as a single page application and why that would be beneficial. Now pay a close attention to what happens with this app shopping list component when I click here on this recipes. So you can see here that all of the HTML remain the same for much of it, but dynamically it changes. So if I click the shopping list, here's the shopping list component. If I click the recipes, there's the recipes component. If you look here also at this URL at the top, if I click here, you can see it changing, but notice that this refresh button is not changing. It's not refreshing each time I go to a different URL up here. This makes it really nice because with many of the other front-end applications, when you go to a different URL, it refreshes and it goes to a completely different page. This keeps it more like an app so that it's more smooth and has great transitions.